Hi everyone, I am Behzad Hussain and now I am going to answer some questions from my Semantic SEO WhatsApp group. So let's read the question first. Sir, kindly answer these questions. These are related to content only and are causing me confusion. Okay, I will try my best to remove or reduce your confusion. So first question is, what is the ideal top-down semantic hierarchy of my entire content ecosystem, and how should I structure parent pages, child pages, and supportive nodes so Google sees a clean knowledge tree? Yes, that's a great question. Actually, in our topical map creation process, we try our best to create an ideal top-down semantic hierarchy of the whole semantic content network required to get a topical authority state in your target niche or industry. And how should I structure parent pages? So first of all, ideal top-down semantic hierarchy is what are the main knowledge domain where you want to be a trustworthy and authoritative source for the search engines. And then we try our best how we can create a fullest semantic hierarchy for the all content needed to publish on the website. And if you remember, we create two sections. One is core section of topical map that is related to our end offer to the target audience. And here we have monetization methods, or you can say commercial pages from where we will earn some bucks. And the second portion of our topical map is related to outer section. And in this outer section, we try to cover all the informational and navigational intents of our target audience. And we go flatter and wider to cover all the related contextual domains and knowledge domains that are related to our central entity. And through this outer section, we want to grab more traffic that can be converted for our ultimate offer. To structure our whole semantic content network, we try to figure out what are the clusters or the hub pages or the broader topics that have their own child pages and supportive nodes. So we divide all the subsites in our topical map into root, seed, node structure. Here, uh, root page is the central entity that will reflect the whole topicality of our website. Then seat is the cluster hub, and then node is a child page or a supportive page. So in this way, according to Microsoft patent, topic distillation via subsite retrieval, this portion, one seed and its child pages, search engine sees to it as a sub-site. So this area is a sub-site for search engines. They focus it as a separate sub-site or separate folder on a website. So whenever one child page performs better, it boosts all the other child pages under this cluster hub or within this sub-site structure. So we try to figure out in lexical relations what are the broader topics, what are the parent topics, and what are the child topics that are within the context of that particular seed topics or seed pages. So this way we try to figure out what are the knowledge tree built in the search engine's knowledge base, and then we try to reflect those search engines knowledge bases on our website to create an independent internal knowledge graph and knowledge base on our website. Let's move to the next question. which topics must be published first and which two later, and in which order, to allow Google to build the foundational entity understanding required before ranking deeper or more commercial pages. So here the question is about publishing hierarchy, or you can say publishing mechanism. Which pages need to be published first and which pages can be delayed for publishing? So first of all, with the semantic content network, first of all, we need to publish our root page. That is the central entity representation document. And then we need to publish the most important core section pages. Not all of our services are important always. For example, if I am offering electrician services, so two to three types of electrician services may be the most demanded one, or the most expertise we have about them. So I will first publish those service pages, or you can say if we have 5 to 10 product pages, 2 or 3 or 4 to 5 product pages are the most important for us, are the most demanded products on our website. So we can publish the most important core section pages first, and then we start building topicality and authority for our website through outer section quality nodes. For informational intent or informational content, we prioritize the quality nodes. Quality nodes are the most important topics on our website that will change the perception of search engines. These pages will include the highest authority content from our side so that search engine looks at those informational pages and makes its mind for the topicality, authority, and trustworthiness of our website. So this way, we try to figure out which topics are the most important to represent the knowledge domain and contextual domains where we want to be an authority. And the other piece of puzzle is commercial pages. So first of all, from both sections, we try to prioritize the most important pages based on their importance for our business and for the search engines. So this way, we try to implement semantic content network with a step-by-step process by figuring out what are the most important topics and services or products for our business and search engines, and then we move forward. Next question, how should I build? No, how should I balance informational, transitional, and transactional content? It is not transitional, it is navigational content across each cluster to prevent intent mixing and preserve semantic clarity. This is the main goal, not only this purpose. This is one of the main purposes of creating this clear-cut bifurcation of core section and outer section in our topical map. When we build a semantic content network, it will include all attributes of our central entity. That is a main topic. We want search engines to see our website as an expert and authority. So when we see our central entity, we have both commercial attributes and informational attributes. We have both informational intents and commercial intents from our target audience. Let's assume we are offering digital marketing services, so digital marketing will be our central entity. We want search engines to see our website as an authoritative and trustworthy source for digital marketing topic. In our core section, we will cover all the services related attributes of digital marketing. These will be digital marketing services, web designing, SEO services, Facebook marketing, YouTube marketing, TikTok marketing, social media marketing, all of these things. And then in the informational intent side, there will be multiple informational intents from our target audience who wants to know whether digital marketing will increase the ROI or not? What businesses can utilize digital marketing for the business increment or business enhancement, whether digital marketing will help me in branding my business, whether digital marketing will help me position my brand among the target audience. So there are multiple and thousands of informational intents for our central entity that will be covered in the outer section, and only service related attributes that we are offering to our target audience will be covered in the core section. So, with the help of these clear cut boundaries between these intents, we try to figure out what will go in the core section. So, here we will not dilute our context with the informational intents. As I have already mentioned in the previous answer, we will cover only commercial investigation queries on our commercial pages. We will not include informational intents on our commercial pages. We want to preserve the contextuality and the ultimate centerpiece annotation for the search engines and for the audience. So this way, we cover informational and navigational intents in outer section and transactional content to fulfill the transactional intents in our core section. Next question is, which content pieces act as connector articles that bridge sub entities together and strengthen my topical graph without creating cluster leakage? So here the topic is supplementary content utilization for a single page. When we discuss the bridge sub-entities, this is related to connecting two documents from our semantic content network. When we implement topical map on our website, we see which pages are connected with other pages, and we have proved the connection from search engine's knowledge base, and the knowledge graph has shown the entities connections from the sub. So we build connector articles. Connector articles are the informational content pieces most of the time where we attract our audience to provide the information, and then with the help of funnel optimization concept, we route them from informational to our commercial pages. Or you can say if we want to connect two informational pages from our outer section, we see which entities, which topics, or through which attributes these two entities or topics are connected. So we bring those connector entities or connector attributes in the supplementary content. That's our Core calls micro context of our page, and then we build semantic connection, or we also call it contextual connection with other page. In our content brief creation process second video, I will give concrete examples how we connect two documents on our page, how we build contextual bridge and contextual borders in our page to connect with the related topics on our website. Next question, which topics require depth first publishing, fully building one cluster before moving on, and which require breadth first publishing, creating all parent topics first? Very in-depth interview series. Which topics require depth first publishing? So here we need to understand which are the topics that need more depth and which are the topics that need more breadth. First, you will figure out from your semantic content network, and then you will decide about these publishing mechanism or publishing hierarchy. Uh, Sir Corey explains that we have three pillars of topical authority framework. First one is depth, second breadth, and third one is momentum. Depth for core section pages, breadth for outer section pages, and momentum for publishing both of these pages on our website. So all the documents that provide information for our core offer to the audience, or you can say the commercial pages, the commercial topics that we are providing to our target audience. So for products and service related attributes, we need to go in depth. And for informational topics where we cover more contextual domains, we connect with related contextual domains or the related knowledge domains, we prioritize to go in breadth. So we publish related content, we go much wider and flatter for the informational content to cover more topics and more context on our website. So this is the ultimate figuring out process which topics require depth first publishing. So the core section related topics and the quality nodes documents from our outer section, these two types of content needs to be depth first publishing because through informational quality nodes we provide in-depth content and we want to change the perception of search engines for our website. So the next question is which formats, guides, definition, audits, comparisons, workflows, case studies does Google expect to exist within each cluster to signal expertise and completeness? Actually, Google expects whatever serves the need of searchers. So whatever is the demand of our target audience, we need to provide our content to satisfy that particular intent or context. For example, our target audience is looking for the step-by-step process. So we can cover this in guides. Actually, whether you name it a guide or not, the ultimate centerpiece annotation is the process. Let's assume search engine, let's assume our target audience wants to know how to install a window in my HP laptop. Whether you mention the word guide in your title tag or not, if you satisfy the user intent through the whole step-by-step process, it is a guide ultimately. So these things are determined based on the ultimate need of our target audience. If they need definition with what is queries, it means we need to satisfy definitional needs of our target audience. If they want to compare two entities or two attributes of one entity for their navigational intents, we need to satisfy this intent on our page. So whatever is the need of our target audience, search engine wants to get that type of content on your page. So the main target of our semantic content network is to provide the needs of our target audience on our website. So for each type of user intent, we figure out which type of content format we need to provide them. Next question is what publishing frequency and update cadence best support crawl consistency and prevent semantic decay across clusters. So when we call it publishing frequency is for new articles publishing, but when we have no content, we start content configuration of the previously published pages. So for example, in our first month, we published 20 to 30 articles. In second month, we go with more momentum and we published 50 articles. And in third month, we publish 60 to 70 articles or pages. And then in the fourth month, we don't have any content. So we will start upgrading our first month's content based on search engines queries and impressions through GSC data. So the best frequency is that whatever publishing frequency you choose, you don't stop, you must not stop publishing or updating the website. The ultimate purpose here is to crawl, to invite the crawlers off and on. That's why Sir Corey call is patternless publishing or patternless updating our content so that we call inviters off and on our website without any clear strategy or predictable strategy that machines can predict. If crawlers are able to predict your publishing or updating frequency, they will only visit your website at that particular time. That's not in our favor. So we want pattern-less publishing frequency. Whatever you decide, you must be within a human capacity. For example, in your first semantic content network launch, don't go with 100 plus pages in the first month. It is beyond human capacity, and search engines algorithms will doubt whether you are providing genuine content or you are just spamming the internet. So publishing frequency will depend on the available resources, how much you can publish. So based on your available resources, you need to see how we can go live in a step-by-step process based on our resources. Next question is which content types should be interlinked horizontally, same level, and which should be interlinked vertically, parent-child, to reinforce my site's semantic architecture? There is no hard and fast rule. Just the main thing is your connections must be logical based on search behavior and based on search engines knowledge graph, entities, and attributes connections. For informational outer section pages, we must link every informational page with any of our core section page. That is one of the purposes of our outer section to link back to the commercial pages. And for outer section, we also link to the horizontal or similar topics in the informational clusters. So this way, sometimes we also need to link our parent topic in lexical relations. For example, child need to be linked with parent topic or seed topic. So this way, it is not necessary that each child page must link back to the parent page. No, this is not hard and fast and strict policy. Some pages must link to the parent page and they must also be linking to the flatter way. And there must also be a link from each informational page to the service or commercial pages so that we route our audience from informational to commercial pages. Next one is which topic should be grouped into seasonal, evergreen, or algorithm triggered update cycles to keep the cluster fresh and high value in Google's perception. These things are always evaluated based on search behavior. When we have specific seasonality context for our semantic content network, we try to figure out which topics are related to this specific seasonal effect. So we cluster all those topics based on the seasonality context. And then our informational content evergreen, we see for which topics or for which clusters there may be variable intents. For example, in winter season, no one will ask about fan related issues. My fan is not working. This question will be more asked in the summer season, not in the winter season. So, like this way, we figure out what are the common intents, what are the shared context of our target audience for a particular context, and then we cluster them. What is the optimal sequence? What is the optimal sequencing of content updates versus new content creation so that existing authority compounds instead of being diluted across new clusters? Yes, it is based on our overall resources. For example, we have bandwidth of 50 pages publishing from our semantic content network. So we will try to span these into 1 to 2 months so that we go with faster momentum. And after those 2 months, we will start updating or configuring these previously published pages for content updation so that we keep crawlers visiting our website. And whatever the case is, we don't stop more than 2 or 3 weeks. So, in a generic scenario, we can say within 2 or 3 weeks, we must publish some content. That's all for this question. See you in the next question. Thanks for watching this video.